All right, let's talk OEM parts. OEM parts, something I try to tell the dealerships and when I talk to clients out there, is that OEM parts have many applications. And sometimes we might list them only under one part number. It might be a CPI, it might be a Diamo number. But this part, let's just pick any part in particular, this part might have 5 or 6 different part numbers. Now, you can't see that by looking at the part, but in our website, on our descriptions, we know the secondary part numbers of many of these items. Some of them do have them listed on there. For example, this part might have the manufacturer's number. It might have the TNG part number. And it also might have a factory or reference number. All these numbers mean something, and they all lead to different secondary numbers. So the same TNG part number might be a Lance number, a BMS number, be a Q-Link number, it could be a CFMOTO number. We know what these numbers mean. So that's the real issue in selling OEM parts. You can't just call and say, hey, I need a throttle cable or I need a gasket, because this gasket might have 5 or 6 different applications, and just because this number is different from the number you're used to doesn't mean that gasket doesn't work for that application. So it's a very complex procedure. A lot of people say, oh, Chinese scooters are all the same. They're not the same. There's lots of different Chinese factories out there, and they all have different applications, and they all have different models and names, and just hundreds and hundreds of parts, and we have to keep track of them. I mean, we even have reference books just to keep track of all the different manufacturers in China and how everything works and works between factories. So these references are important, and that's why we suggest when people are ordering parts online, they go on the website, look up the part number from the manual, and give us that part number so that we can get you the correct parts from our system.